Hey, what's up everybody, it's XDizzle here, and today I want to talk about which music making software is the best for you. When it comes to music making softwares, aka DAWs, music softwares are like any other thing out there, like cars or anything. It depends with what you want to use them for, and it depends with the community around you and what they use. That doesn't necessarily mean that you must look at what other people are using and have that determine what you are going to choose. But what you can do is you can either choose what looks good for you, what you see and feel like is the best for you, and research on it and see what it can do, its capabilities and where it can take you. Because if you do your research, you can notice that in the industry, in the music industry, internationally, a lot of producers use different types of software to make the music. So all these softwares are good, are great in their own respect, and people are making hits out of them. They're getting famous out of using those softwares, and they're making amazing music. So that doesn't necessarily mean that there is bad software or there is the best software. It just means that you have to get the education on the type of software you're going to be using. You must always look at the price range, because software come in different prices. Find out what's in your price range, what you can afford, first and foremost. And then you can also check out the community around you, what everyone is using. Like most communities, especially now the entry-level communities, are mostly using FL Studio. That's not a bad thing. You can use FL Studio if you're just beginning and you don't want anything complicated to start with. You want to take it easy, you want to take it slow. FL Studio is the best one to use for that. There is other ones also you can use, like I know on Mac you can use GarageBand. That's also fine. What happens is that different genres have different software that is used mostly. Like FL Studio, most people use it for trap and some for house and other genres out there, even dubstep and the likes. So you can choose the one that's easier for you to get a community to support you and a community to advise you. And whenever you need help on how to do stuff when it comes to tutorials, you can just have people you can easily talk to that will advise you on how to use that software. Depending with where you are, there's great FL Studio communities, there's great Ableton Live communities, Studio One, Cubase, Reason and so forth. But we all live in different places and we all have different people that we are linked to. So that's another thing to also put into factor. And another thing is to just learn the software. There are different courses where you can learn software out there from start to finish, from beginner stage to the professional stage. So you can also join those. They will help. I also have on my channel ways to use softwares, ways to better yourself, workflow and everything to help you be a better musician, to help you make your music more professional. And another thing is that when making music, you need to know basic music theory. It's not just jumping into a software because you saw someone else doing something in the software, but it's knowing the whole theory behind what they're doing. So as you don't have to, when you're trying to make a certain genre, you have to go to the software. When you're trying to make a certain genre, you have to go to the software. In that one software you choose, you can do everything that every other software can do if you just learn how. Pick a software that's in your price range. Learn it to the maximum. Just because you don't know how to do it right now, it doesn't mean that software cannot do it. It can do it probably, but you just have to know how. You just have to go out there and talk to the community of that same software you're trying to use and get them to advise you on how you can achieve a certain workflow or a certain sound or what you're looking for. If you're entry level, there is easier softwares out there for you to use. You can use those when you're starting off, and then later on you can still move on to other softwares. As you're using that entry-level software, that doesn't mean you must just stick to that and then the rest of your life you keep using the same one. You can use multiple DAWs out there or music making softwares. As you're using FL Studio, you can learn how to use Reason or Ableton Live. So what I would suggest is do that, learn other softwares, and eventually you will find your main one that you would want to use and stay on. And other factors that come into play is, what are you going to be doing with the software? Are you just going to be making beats, or you're just going to be making house tracks? You're not going to do a lot of vocal tracking. or you're not going to be doing a lot of bands. That also comes into play when choosing a software. Like I know, for instance, softwares like Cubase, PreSonus Studio One, and other softwares like it. They're more multi-track based softwares that look different to the likes of Ableton Live and FL Studio. Those are go-to softwares if you're gonna be doing more recordings of multi-tracks like instruments, bands, guitars, drums, and stuff like that. But if you're just gonna be making electronic music, it doesn't mean that they're bad. They're also good for that. There is ways you can be good at that with those same softwares, but as I was saying, it depends with what you're trying to achieve. If you go into music stores, they'll advise you, they'll always ask you, well, what are you trying to record? Are you just trying to make beats, or are you trying to record bands? What are you trying to do? Are you making electronic music, or are you making live music? So basically, all the software is good software. It's just up to you, and if you're willing to join the communities out there that can help you get better at the software you're gonna choose, you can just use that. So that's it for me. That's all I just wanted to share with you about which music making software is the best for you. Hope you find this helpful. Just let me know which one you use. Let's just talk about the advantages and disadvantages of certain software you use. I'm X, and I'm out. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel.